Alright, bro, what's going on, y'all? See, I was intending on making this video, like, what, a day or so ago? And don't mind this, though. Like, this is Vapor Rub. You know, Science has got your boys. You already know how that goes. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I wanted to make this video a long time ago, just talking about the playoff team that just got eliminated. And I'm not sure where to start, but let's go ahead and start with I'm gonna say the Rams, because I actually like the Rams this season. The Rams, they wasn't expecting to make the playoffs at all. And guess what? They ended up having a 10-win season. They almost could have won this game versus the Lions. They only lost by 1 point. Unfortunately, I think I went to sleep this game on accident. But when I woke up, I saw that the Rams, had a chance to win. But, a couple of blown calls didn't go their way. And they unfortunately lost. But I ultimately like the season they had, and hopefully they can build on this somehow, because I know the talent on the roster is probably not all the way there, but it's definitely, they got some talent on their roster. And if they lose their defensive coordinator Raheem Morris to like a head coaching job, they probably gonna have to replace him. They might have to they might take a hit there, or they just might call up Brandon Staley again, because he's out there. Ron Rivera also talked about becoming defensive coordinator again, so look out for that. Okay, so another team I want to talk about, all the elimination teams. Let's talk about the Steelers. Now, the Steelers, they always going to come into a play. This is one team, like, I truly dislike them making the playoffs. It is because the QB play is just not up to par. It's just not. And folks thought Mason Rudolph was going to get this done or somehow pull it off. I'm afraid I had some bad news, dog. Like, no way, no how that they was getting this win in Buffalo. No way. Like I just told you, the QB play for the last couple of years has been atrocious. I don't like. They need to get a QB next year, because this team be scratching, crawling in the playoffs just for them to get first round exit every year. I know it's like eat Mike Tomlin alive that he can't get further in the playoffs nowadays. And the last team really made a run in the playoffs. Was it like the Triple Bs with Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, and Big Ben? I believe that was the last team made it past the first round, if I'm correct. I could be wrong with that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm always willing to. Also, the year they was they the number one seed that year? I think they was the number one seed that year when they ended up getting blown up by the Browns, and But yeah, the Steelers, they need better QB play. So the next team we're gonna talk about, it is the Cowboys. The Cowboys is one of the most disappointing teams in the NFL year in, year out. It just makes no sense how folks be having Super Bowl expectations every year, and then when it comes down to it, when they come to the playoffs, they do the stuff they just did a couple nights ago or a couple days ago. Oh my God! Well, I already expected this when they lost to the Niners. I already knew it was gonna happen. No, come on, bro. Let's be honest. You were still trying to predict that the Cowboys was going to make the Super Bowl somehow. We gotta keep it a buck. No one expected y'all to go outside the way y'all did. Okay, no one did. And the fact that folks tried just trying to brush it out. If that's the case, do not have Super Bowl expectations for them coming into a season, or when they go into like a 7-game win streak or something like that. Do not come into seasons like that, all right? Just come into a season like this last season. And that's how I do it, because unless the Cowboys make it to the conference championship in one of these years, I'm not taking them seriously. Every time they try to have Super Bowl expectations, they fall flat on their face every year. Every year. So, unless they make a conference championship next year, I would not be taking them serious, up until that point, okay? I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. Next team I'm going to talk about is the Miami Dolphins. Now, folks want to clown Tua and all, because he hasn't been he have a good finish to this season. It's unfortunate because I feel like he was one of the top 10 to 12 QBs in this league, but when folks try to gaslight him, he got no arm strength. He's a fake pocket passer or something like that. His anticipatory reads and this luck base and all that crazy stuff. Like, okay, bro, at this point, you just hate the man, and it's okay. He gonna write back. I still believe in Tua. Tua, I'm not saying he's a top 5 QB or he can get up into that point. He just need to be Tua. He need to get better at certain stuff, and he need to stay healthy. I'm actually impressed that he stayed healthy the amount of games he did this year. I'm actually impressed with that. I'm glad he can build on this for the future. And you know, he got a contract extension coming up, so hopefully he played well enough to get that new contract. But in my opinion, this was a great season for the Miami Dolphins. Like, the ending portion of the season may have been like bad, but they was an 11-win team. It was like, this is different from like the Eagles or the Cowboys, which the Eagles I think going to next. But yeah, this is way different. They lost Tyreek Hill for a game. Well, it was Jalen Waddle for a couple games. Their offensive line was just beaten up all year. Terron Armstead even thinking about retirement. Has he played the full season since he got there? Like, folks thought it was kind of an overpay when the Dolphins even paid because of his injury history, and it looked like folks turned out to be right. So yeah, it's unfortunate for Terron Armstead. It's unfortunate for the Dolphins because they need to improve the offensive line play if they want to have any chance of trying to make a deep run in the playoffs. And this last team I'm about to talk about. This was a pathetic display of football. Like, it was so bad that Troy Aikman had to say something about it. And that is the Philadelphia Eagles. What in the world was that, dude? Like, I knew they was mid. I knew it. But I didn't think it was going to get to a point that it would be this bad. Like, this was like horrible film. James Bradbury, I don't know what you was doing out there, okay? Gilly, and he was like very upset at you, dog. I don't know what type of fun you put out there. Kevin Byard, he wasn't doing this in Tennessee. I don't know where this came from. He missing tackles left and right. Look, he didn't even try out there. The offensive scheming, like, this offensive game plan is too predictable. It's too predictable, dog. Everything is out of the gun formation. You, like, if you're not gonna like get into heavy personnel when a team is trying to blitz you or they trying to get you off your spots, you in for it. And I saw like a little steal shot, even though folks don't like steal shots. I understand why folks don't like steal shots, because it can be like, it's not gonna tell the whole story, right? But the fact that I didn't see no routes in the middle of the field on one of those plays, that is like bad. That's bad, and it's gonna keep hindering the Eagles if they don't fix this next year, because they already finna lose Jason Kelce, because I believe he's gonna retire. They got a boatload of free agents that they probably not gonna re-sign anyways. It don't even matter. Maybe they re-sign like maybe 2 of those free agents. Yeah, I just wasn't impressed with the Eagles this year. Like, these ugly wins, you're not gonna like win a championship of ugly wins alone. You need to have some type of separation or some type of not ugly wins. I just didn't understand. Then you saw Jalen Hurts stats regress because of the scheming, the offensive game plan. Let me see. And it was just bad. It felt like it was bad vibes over there. That's why they ended up getting blown out 32-9 to the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers. You had AJ Brown. Every report just coming out about AJ Brown being a cancer in the locker room and stuff like that. You had Kevin Byard in an interview with, I believe was it Josina Anderson? I believe he was like mad that everything is getting leaked because he said his time in Tennessee, players only meetings and stuff like that, they wasn't getting out to the public, and he's right about that. But Kevin Byard, he either have to get used to it, playing Philadelphia, or he just gonna have to come back to Tennessee or go to another small market team or something like that. Because that's gonna be reality of big market teams, whether you like it or not. And it's unfortunate that all these locker room problems all started because of this downward spiral they was on. Like, it was like, let me see, what's the team I can compare it to? Because the Titans from last year, when it was like 7-3, and then they ended up finishing the season 7-10. That could be up there. It was a team this year that just fell out the playoffs, and they had was the Jaguars. They was like they had what? They had a great record, and then they ended up just kept losing, and they ended up losing their way out the playoffs. But yeah, those two collapses, I definitely compare it to the Eagles because I don't think no one in their right mind just expected the Eagles to go down like this. But they also did expect that the Eagles wasn't going to go to the championship again. This was the back line on defense was bad. Like I said, the offensive play calling was bad. Jalen Hurts kind of regressed. They couldn't run the football because everything is just inside zone. They're not doing no stretch plays. The tosses, nothing's like really going outside unless it's from the gun. Like that's what's going to keep hindering them unless they fix this. So yeah, that's all I got for today's video, dog. I only like 2 teams I probably was impressed with this whole playoff weekend because you know. Those two teams are actually like I actually like how they went out, and yeah, I'm just gonna keep it there. So if you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and this is your boy Trill, and I'm out.